This is Dr. S. Vallemi, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, and I belong to Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. Now, in this PowerPoint, I am going to deal about the polymer chemistry. Now, in the previous slides, I have just discussed about the classification of polymers, the cohesive energy, the bonding existing in polymers in the past two PowerPoint. Now, in this PowerPoint, I am just going to deal about the determination of the molecular mass of polymers by using the number average molecular mass and then weight average molecular mass of the polymers and how the molecular weight of the polymers are determined by the viscosity method. So first let us move on to the number average molecular weight. The number average molecular weight is the total weight of a sample divided by the number of molecules in the sample. Now first find out the total weight of each type of molecule, or you can say the each type of polymer. What does this mean? This means that you have to multiply the weight of the molecule by the number of molecules of that weight. For example, let us see these rules. Now first in the tabular column, the first one is the number of molecules is 1 and the mass of each molecule is 8 lakhs. So when you multiply these two, the total mass of each type of molecule is 8 lakhs. The number of molecules is represented as Ni and the mass of the molecule is represented as Mi, and the total mass is obtained by multiplying the number of molecules and the mass of each of the molecules. That is, the total mass of each type of a molecule is represented as Mi into Mi. Now see the tabular column here. Now first, the number of molecules Ni, let us consider 3. And the mass of each molecule is nearly 7,50,000. Okay. Now the total mass of each type is coming to around 2 crores 2,50,000. So that is what is given here. Okay, right. The same way when you go for the other molecules also, if it is 5 molecules multiplied by 5, it is 8 molecules multiplied by 8 with the mass like this. 13 molecules are given here. So each Ni is multiplied with Mi and we are getting the total mass of each type Ni into Mi. Now the total mass Ni into Mi is given here, and that is nothing but molecular mass. Now we'll go to the number average molecular weight. Here you get it by dividing the total weight of the sample by the total number of molecules. Suppose in the case if Ni is equal to 100, the tabular column which I have given here, the Ni is equal to 100. The average molecular weight from this sample is given by the formula summation of Ni into Mi by summation of Ni. Now the summation of Ni is 100 and the summation of Ni into Mi, which you have seen in the previous tabular column, it goes to the amount like this. Now dividing this amount by 100, we get the answer as 50, whatever it is 500,000. So now the calculation of the weight average molecular weight requires the weight fractions Wi of each type of molecule. Like any fraction, it is the amount of the thing of the interest divided by the total amount. For weight fraction of one type of molecule, it is the weight of that type of the molecule divided by the total weight of the sample, or mathematically it is represented as Ni into Mi divided by the summation of Ni into Mi. So the average molecular mass is then calculated by taking the summation of Wi into Mi. Correct. So now here the tabular column is given as the number of molecules Ni. Mass of each molecule is Mi. Then the total mass of each type of the molecule is multiplying these two, so it is Ni into Mi. The weight fraction type of molecule, how do you find out is Ni divided by the summation of Ni into Mi. And the next column gives the weight average molecular mass, that is nothing but the summation of Wi into Mi. Now see here, so this is also the same thing. So Wi, the first column is Ni, the second one is Mi, the third one is Ni into Mi, and the fourth one is the Wi, that is obtained by the formula Ni Mi by summation of Ni into Mi. So this is how we get it. So the weight average molecular mass is Wi Mi is equal to 5,31,600. So this is how you get the weight average molecule. The next one is how the molecular weight is determined by viscosity method. Viscosity is usually represented by the symbol eta. It is the internal resistance offered to the liquid towards flow. Viscometry method is based on the flow behavior of the polymer solution. So the viscosity of the solvent is increased considerably when higher molecular weight is dissolved in it. So the increase in the viscosity of the solvent depends on two concepts. One is concentration, the other one is the molecular weight of the polymer in the solution. So now the viscosity mainly depends on two concepts. One is concentration, the other one is molecular weight of the polymer in the solution. The first thing is the flow time of the solvent and the solutions are calculated for the desired quantities. The flow time of the solvent is taken as T1 and that of the solution is taken as T2. Now, the relative viscosity is found out by using the flow time of the solvent and the solution. The relative viscosity, it is abbreviated as eta REL. Eta is the viscosity, REL is the relative viscosity. So, eta REL is equal to eta of the solution by eta naught of the solvent. That is nothing but the flow time. So, that is equal to T2 by T1. Now this eta by eta naught is nothing but we call it as the relative viscosity. Okay. Now the specific viscosity of a polymer is represented as eta Sp. That is nothing but the specific viscosity. It is given by the formula eta, a specific velocity, that is viscosity Sp, is equal to eta by eta naught minus 1. We know that eta by eta naught is equal to the relative viscosity. So hence eta Sp is equal to eta relative minus 1. So once again I am explaining. The relative viscosity is represented as eta REL, which is equal to eta of the solution by eta of the solvent. That is nothing but is equal to the flow time. So it is represented as T2 by T1. So T2 is the flow time of the solution and T1 is the flow time of the solvent. But this eta by eta naught is equal to the relative viscosity. So the specific viscosity of a polymer solution is represented as eta Sp. It is given by the formula eta Sp is equal to eta by eta naught minus 1. So this eta specific viscosity is equal to the relative viscosity. This is n eta by eta naught is equal to the relative viscosity. So it is the relative viscosity minus 1. According to Mark-Houning's equation, this relates the viscosity of the solution of a high polymer to the viscosity of the solvent to the molecular weight m. Now that is given as eta relative viscosity minus 1 by c is equal to eta specific velocity by c, which is equal to K into m power A. Now in this equation, K and A are constants for a given type of polymer solvent and temperature. So now a graph eta Sp by C versus concentration can be drawn, and the eta values are obtained by extrapolating the graph into zero concentration. So eta Sp by C is equal to eta. So the molecular weight of the given polymer can be found out by applying Mark-Couning's equation, that is eta is equal to Km power A. So what is the procedure to find out the viscosity, or how to proceed with the viscometer? So first, the viscometer is thoroughly cleaned with chromic acid, washed first with water and then by using acetone, and dried by keeping it in oven. Exactly 10 ml of solvent is added to viscometer. The solvent is sucked until the upper mark of the viscometer bulb is reached. The time flow of the solvent is noted from upper mark to the lower mark of the viscometer as T1. Then the solvent is drained. Different polymer solutions of the solvent 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 grams per deciliter, etc. is used, and they are also proceeded in the same manner. The next one is the graph is plotted with eta specific viscosity versus of concentration, and it is seen that it gives a straight line, and by extrapolating the values you can get the value of eta. Now this is given in the next. Now see here, eta Sp by C versus C. Now here you are getting a straight line. Now this extrapolation is done as shown in the dotted line. Correct. So this is the extrapolation. This is cutting the y-axis. Now this eta value obtained from the graph can be used to determine the molecular weight of the given polymer by using the Mark-Couning's equation. So we know that Mark-Couning's equation eta is equal to Kma, and then m is equal to eta by k into power 1 by a. Taking log on both the sides, you get log of m is equal to 1 by a, then log of eta minus log. So this is the end, and now I have given assignments, that is explaining the terms, the average molecular weight and weight average molecular mass, and you are explaining how the molecular weight is being discussed or determined by the viscosity method. Next, the part 4 will be continued.